Hello everybody, thank you for coming back to join me. I'm still doing my boho journal, so I thought I would put the camera on and take you along with my colourful journey. There are two signatures in this one. I've done a little bit of work in the second signature since my last video. What did I do? I've added another page, the same as in the other one, with the decoupaged feather and a quote about Bohemia. And I've also done this, which is it's an envelope. So it's a craft envelope that's quite a large one. So I've done a journaling card and I've put a piece of fabric on there to make a pocket, and then it's got a tuck at the top. This is Mrs Cogs in Bohemia kit images. I just thought they went really nicely. And it's just got that on the back, and then of course the other side would be the flap of the envelope, and I've attached some papers to that to make a pocket. And I just thought that Andrea's other pages, I think these are either collage pages or it's one of her freebies, and I just thought it went really nicely with the Bohemia, this sort of muted colours to kind of tone down the bright colours. So that's all I've done at the moment. Still quite a lot to do in it, but I'll get there, I'm sure. So I'm going to put that one out the way. I'm going to do something for the first page of the first signature. Somewhere in the journal I've got the CD case ready to go, so I think that's the image that I'm going to use in there. So that's going to be in it somewhere, and I've just trying to get myself prepared, thinking about what I want to make. I've done a few paper folds and envelopes, so that will be a tuck spot there, and then it'll be a pocket at the back there. So that's gonna get worked on. This one, I think I was thinking, not that page. I quite like these two pages together, so I don't think I'm going to put anything on there. Where was I going to put this? Oh, I was going to put it on this. Oops, a daisy. On this one. I think I'm going to put it as a pocket, so it'll get tucked in from there. So something will be an image through there. So I think that's what that's going to be. I don't know what you think. So it'll be a tuck spot. That's what I thought about that. So I just thought I'd bring you along with me and make a couple of pockets, and try and get on with what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put most of those to one side. I would say as well that Andrea's got loads of things included in her kit. There's a tall pocket there that I'll cut out and make, and she's got these pockets, so I'll be putting those on as well. So I am using things out of the kit as well. I just haven't got round to cutting those out yet. So I'm thinking, dangerous I know, I am thinking that I'm going to make a pocket here, well, a flip. So I'm going to cover this with paper, and I've got this, I haven't got much trim that's kind of the boho kind of trim that people have, but I was thinking I could put that down there and use that as a tuck, and then that would lift out and have writing space, and then another tuck just there. So I think that's what I'm going to do, I think. But you know me, I could change my mind. Andrea also has a kit called Gypsy's. Oh gosh, what's it called? I think it's called Gipsy Rose. And I've printed this page from it, and I'm going to use those as journaling cards. So one of those is going to go in here. And from that kit as well, she's got this lovely rose paper. I think it's roses. So I'm thinking that's going to go on there and that. So it's still nice and bright. What do you think? Should we go for it? I'm going to go for it. So start as I always do. I'm going to put that on there. I hope you're all okay. I'm doing a couple of videos back to back. I've got a busy week coming up. My birthday this week. Yay! Can't wait for it. I turned 60 last year, so I've decided that's it with birthdays. I don't need any more. I'll just stick as I am. We don't need to get older, do we? I think I get dafter as I get older, but then never mind. What else are we doing this week? I've got a couple of things to do with my mum. And we're getting ready to go away again. So I'm trying to get a few videos sorted and some journals made before we go away. Going walking into Derbyshire in a place called Castleton. There's a hill range there called Mam Tor. I don't know if any of you in the UK have heard of it, but it's a really nice walk. I'm going there for a few days. There's quite a few walks we can do from there. So I think it's about 4 days we've got there. And of course, when we finish the walk, we make sure that we end up back in the village of Castleton, because there just happens to be a pub there. And I think after you've walked up, across and along Mam Tor, you certainly do deserve a drink of some sort. It doesn't have to be alcohol, but who knows. My husband and I both have birthdays within a week of each other, so we're going away to do some walking because that's what we like to do. So, and of course, little Bonnie dog comes with us because she likes walking as well. Oops, Daisy. So, how have you all been? What have you been up to? What journal themes are you making? I'm already thinking ahead of what I'd like to do next. I really want to make some rabbit journals. I've got some fabulous rabbit type rabbit fabric that I've been itching to use and just haven't got round to it. So that's definitely on my list. And I would also like to do Alice in Wonderland, and I've got Artymaze's Alice in Wonderland kit. I have used it when I first started journaling, so I haven't used it for a long time. And I've got a few Alice in Wonderland books and a few ideas of what I'd like to do. So I'm going to have a go at it, I think. What do you think? Do you think that looks okay on there? Oh, sorry, I forgot about that bit there. Cover it up. Let me get my sharp scissors. Oops, sorry, everything's just crushed to the ground. I'm just checking that these aren't actually glass. Some of the trim that I put on one of the pages earlier was actually glass, and it broke my needle. No, it isn't. It's not glass. I don't need to panic. But I think I'm going to just cut that bit off. I think that'll work as a little pocket, won't it? It doesn't have to have a lot in it. I'll cut it a bit more accurately when I've got it on. I think actually what I need to do, thinking about it, I want this to be a writing, yes, I'm thinking, aren't I? I want that to be a writing space. So I've got some plainish papers. Are they too pale? Oh, that's nice, isn't it? Yes, and I think that goes quite nicely. Yeah. So that's going to go on there. And then there's space inside to write. Cut that out there. So I've got my thinking head on today, which is unusual, isn't it? Cut that off, and that will fit for the other one, won't it? The other side. And I think I've done that slightly too big, but it doesn't matter because we can cut it down, can't we? Because what I don't want it to do is interfere with that crease. I think it's okay. I think I'm going to have to change my glue page in a minute. It's got bits of paper stuck all over it. There's papers all over the floor. I've been looking and looking to see if I've got any any bits of embroidered like sari silk. I've got a couple of bits and pieces, not a lot. Now that can go on there. I'll just trim that edge off if it is too long. I think it is, but it doesn't interfere with that. And I'm just going to ink that little bit there, and that little bit there. And then I need a piece for there, don't I? Yeah. I think this is one of Rachel's coloured coffee dyed papers. Oopsie. But I think it just contrasts so nicely with the rose, Gipsy Rose. Give that a snip. So I hope you liked my first video. Do you like boho journals? I've had a few comments from people that say that they're nervous about, they'd like to do a boho journal, but they're a little bit nervous about it. And I know exactly where you're coming from, because I've wanted to do one for, oh gosh, golly gosh, a long time, but just haven't quite dared to pluck up the courage. That's a bit too long, isn't it? Whether it's the bright colours that put you off, I think what put me off as well was not having what I saw other people having, you know, like the bead trim and all the sparkle and things. But the more I thought about it, you don't have to do journals the same as everybody else, but I guess we're influenced by them. You know, we see something that we like, and it's not only because of how the person's made it, but it's also what they've used that we like, that draws us to it. But I think here in the UK, I mean, we've not been able to get out shopping anyway because of the circumstances over the last year. So, and looking online, yeah, you can get like the beaded trim and things like that, but it's just so expensive. And then you have to pay the postage. And it's a bit out my price reach. So I managed to get hold of a sari silk bundle in the UK, and that had some nice pieces in it, and it's got some of the shiny bits in as well. And I think this, I can't remember where this came from. I think I found it at my mum's. I don't know if it had been part of a dress trim, because it's got stitching down it. So, you know, like kind of raiding what other people have got. I just need to trim a bit off there. And I think, you know, we're all on a budget of some description for our crafting. You know, it's not money's no object, is it? So you have to buy what you think you're going to use. But I think as well, it's nice if you can find somebody to do a swap with. And I've got a couple of people here in the UK and abroad in Sweden and in America that we do swaps with, and we look out for things for each other, and it's a lovely community, and I really enjoy it. It's just nice, you know, if you put a shout out and say, has anybody got, and would you like a swap? And yep, I know you have to pay the postage, and I know postage to America and other countries isn't always cheap, but I do think it's worth it, you know, to put a smile on somebody's face and to start that friendship. I don't know how you all feel about that. So let's just get this back and see if it's what I thought it would be. Gosh, I've not given myself much room. So can you see? Well, I hope I've been on screen. So that's going to go there. And I think I will put look at me, a grippy thing, a tab there. And that's going to open there. And it's going to have that on there like that. So I like that. I just need to find something to go on here for a bit of a trim. I've got this little bit. I don't think purple goes though, does it? That's a little bit too far stretch too far. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, I think I might put a bit of that on it as a tab. I think as well there's just so many colours in these boho papers. I really don't think it matters what you put on it. Where do you think? In the middle? And it picks up that blue, doesn't it? Right, so I'm just going to stitch these on and I will be back. Okay, so I'm back. Hope you didn't miss me. I'm just going to move that out the way and stick this on there so that we've got the pocket, not this bit. Yeah, not that bit. So sometimes I find it difficult to get it to actually stick when it's over sewing. So a liberal amount of glue's going on there. I wonder if I ought to make a writing board for this journal, because with all the, if you add trims and things, it does make it kind of bobbly, doesn't it? I've made a couple of those before. Make sure it's going to open and give it a real good squish. Put my glue on. And then hope that that is going to glue down. If not, obviously I'll put some extra glue on there. It should do. It's good glue, isn't it? Squish it on. Then we've got the little pocket there. That is pretty, isn't it? And then we've got the pocket there, and I've got this to go. Oh, won't fit. Won't fit. Let's take a little bit off there. Where did I put my blade? Didn't it? I do like that. That's pretty. I think that's a very pretty page to start the journal. What do you reckon? So it's going to be a little tuck spot just there. I'll find something to go in there. And then that's going to open there and have that. And then it's got the writing space. So I'm happy with that. I just need to make sure that that's going to glue on. Let the glue dry properly. So I'm happy with that. Page 1 done. Yay. They're like little mirrors, aren't they, those? So I'm not going to put anything on there because I like the pattern on the tea-dyed paper. I think if I look at the back of the journal, I don't want to cover... Sorry, I'm faffing, aren't I? The way that I usually work is if I put something at the front on that page, then I would go to the back and put something on the back page. I don't want to cover this beautiful paper up, so what I'm kind of thinking is maybe a corner tuck to go there, or what did I have in my little pile? I've got that. What do we think? This is part of an envelope that I've had left over, so I've just turned it in there. So I'm thinking actually that if I cover that, that might make a nice tuck spot just there. So I think that's what I'm going to do on that. I think that's about the right size. Job sorted. Paper. I don't want to keep using the boho papers, but I do want to keep using the boho papers. But I'm thinking maybe what do we think about this? That might stand out, mightn't it? I think maybe the blue. I'm being indecisive, aren't I? I've also got that with the flower on. Sorry, I'm all skewed for you, aren't I? I wish you could tell me what you thought. Which one do you like best? It's quite nice with the flowers, isn't it? It goes quite nicely. Do you know what? I think I'm going to use that. I think that I am. I want to get as much of that flower on as possible, don't I, really? So I think I'm going to cut it along that line there. And if I don't like it, I can find another envelope and I can print it again, can't I? Trying to think of the best way to do this. It always confuses me when it's got an angle on it. Cut it like that. Oh, and actually that would make a nice corner tuck for another corner, wouldn't it? So put that on my pile of bits to use. Waste not, want not. I'll probably end up putting something on this page anyway. So if that goes on there like that, let's just do a mock-up and see if we like it still. Well, you haven't told me if you like it, but I liked it. It is pretty, isn't it? Andrew's papers. I think when you're using papers from one designer, I think you can mix and match them. Ooh, although does it blend in too much? I'm being very indecisive, aren't I? What else have I got? This dark blue. Maybe I'll add, no, I think I'm going to use this and I'm going to add some dark blue on it. No, I'm sorted. So that's going to go on there. Because it's got the white edges, I am going to put a bit of ink around it. Sorry if I'm dipping all over the place. I think this is the way that I work. My mind goes from one thing to another, and as I'm working on one thing, I'm thinking, oh, you wanted to do, don't forget. And I invariably do. Right, get that stuck on there. Looks like I'm nearly out of this glue as well. I think I've got another one. There we go. Get that stuck on there. Cut those corners so it'll fold in. Just thinking, do I want it to be, am I going to close it up and have it as a pocket? I think I'm going to have it as a bigger pocket. Decision made. Then if I want to put a bigger journaling card in there, I can do, can't I? I'm going to turn that in there. And I'm going to turn that in there. And that will just reinforce that for me, won't it? Because of putting things in and out of it. Trying not to close my pocket. There we go. And I want to put something along there Have a look at my little bits of scraps. What have I got that might just fit along there, just so that you don't see that bit? That will, won't it? Not that you're going to be pulling the pocket open to have a look and see if I've put anything inside it, I guess. It just finishes it off, doesn't it? Turn it under. That was easier than cutting it off. There we go. All right, let's have another look at it. So yes, I do like that on there, but I do think I want to add a little bit of something on there. So I think I'm going to tear, if I could find my tear ruler buried amongst all of this. I think I like it just there. Decisions. No, that way. I've got glue everywhere now. It's gone all mush. It's gone to mush. There we go. There, I like that better like that. I can hear all of you say, no, leave it. Yes, do it. Wouldn't it be good if it could? Oh, I suppose you can do interactive, can't you? If you did a live stream. I think that's a little bit beyond me. But I do enjoy watching other people's live streams. Have I glued this shut? No. There we go. So that's going to go on there. I'm going to let it dry for a bit because I don't want it to glue together. But that's going to go on there, and then I'll put a journaling card in it as well. There we go. So 2 pages done. Yay. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you'll come back for my next one. But take care, everybody. Thank you. Bye-bye.